Hello guys, just wanted to do a quick video, almost 1 o'clock in the morning AM, before I edited the range video follow-up, 1,000-round follow-up for the Canik TTI. That when I say that I have been using the gun, I do. I have it on my nightstand. It's been in my truck a good bit. When I say that I trust it, that's the truth. The initial review that we done on this gun, we were kind of sort of singing the praises, talking about its accuracy, how fun it was to shoot, the good trigger, just like most Caniks. And we put 600 rounds through it between 2 visits to the range in about maybe a 2-week period of time, right? We had no problems, 0 failures of any kind, didn't even, hint at having a failure. It was fine. So I cleaned it up, loaded it up, fully trusted it. I was so accurate with it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use the gun. It's not gonna become a safe queen, right? But people will sometimes focus on the negative, and so they started to comment on the video that we put up, talking about it was a jam-o-matic, it had light primer strikes, it was sluggish to go fully back into battery on a loaded magazine. As you can see, we've had none of those issues whatsoever. All of those things have been a non-issue for us. We've had no light primer strikes. We've had no problems with accuracy. It has not been a jam-o-matic. It's not been any of those things. It's not been snappy, but that's what people have been commenting, that it's not very accurate, that it's snappy, that they've had 2 of them in some cases that had light primer strikes, sluggish to go back into battery, would not fully go back into battery, stovepipes, I mean, you name it. There's been quite a bit of comments concerning that. So since I used the gun, I wanted to address it. So we took it back out to the range. We put another 400 rounds through it. It would be the first 1,000 round review that we've ever done on a gun since G Squared's existence. And so we did go out to the range, and up until this point, I've fully trusted the gun, had no reason not to. And so when I say in the video, when I'm addressing some of the things people commented about, it may come across as me being sarcastic or that I'm discrediting their experience. In no way am I doing that. I would not want them to discredit my experience. All I can do is tell you what my experience was, and that's my aim, and that's what I try to do. I don't watch other people's videos because I'm not regurgitating what they say. This is my experience, and Canik did not send us this gun, and before God Almighty, you have my word, even if they did, we would not lie about its performance and hype it up in any way. We've had optics that people have sent us from China and agreed to pay us pretty good money to say good things about it, and we shot it with a 12 gauge on camera because it did not perform. In no way would we tell any type of fibs or stories. I have no reason to pump this gun up. If it did not perform, I would not use it, I would not carry it, I would not trust my life with it. So up until the 600 rounds, it's been fine for us. So let's check out the next 400 and see how that is. Make sure you subscribe. Go ahead and do that now, and I hope you enjoy the video.
Break yourself, fool.
Alright guys, got the Canik TTI Tactical back out at the range today. So we did an initial review on this. We ran about 500 or 600 rounds. I don't exactly remember. I was putting some blazer brass through here and I was told by someone that I probably should not be doing that because it was not recommended. It said as much on the box. So I looked into it. Sure enough, that was true. I was getting hot copper shavings on my arm and so forth. So I started running some 124 grain white box Winchester. It did, all of it did fine. All of it functioned fine. So what we do is we kind of put up an initial review and then we listen to the subscribers or to the viewers. And when they start to comment, we listen to their questions. You know, what concerns do they have themselves personally, or what have they heard? And then we kind of do a follow-up on that, because humor me here when I tell you that if you go out, you buy a brand new gun, it costs you a good little bit of money that you worked hard for, you take it out to the range, sometimes just the excitement of having a new gun, you don't really pay attention to maybe some of the very specific things about it, because again, you're just excited about the new gun. So one of the complaints, or one of the things that some of the viewers said repetitively, and the reason we do this, because what good does it do to regurgitate what someone else has said, what some other YouTube viewer has said. So we just kind of want to listen to you guys and address that ourselves and see what we think. And one of the complaints was that with 115 grain, which is what we have today, we're using the S&B ammo here, 115 grain, that with the +2, which I think this might actually be a +3, I really can't remember to be honest with you, but with the extended magazine, that it was having some feeding issues with 115 grain ammunition. Now I don't think that's the case because the blazer we was using was 115, but we're going to see if that's the case. And also that it was surprisingly, no, as one viewer would have put it, snappy as HE double hockey sticks. So I don't recall that, so we're going to test those two things. We're going to make sure it feeds fine with the 115 Zeller or S&B, because I'm not sure exactly how to say that. And also check about the snappiness of the gun. It's been about 4 months since I've had this thing out at the range. Dead center. Man, I just forgot how much fun that thing was to shoot. It's been a minute since I've knocked down all the plates. We ain't shot on the plates in a while without missing a single one. We're standing here at about 10 yards. It has been an absolute, I just forgot how accurate this gun was. Now, I honestly, I was not really paying that much attention to the snappiness of it, so we're going to keep the camera turned on the, I'm having a problem with my ears here. We're going to keep the camera turned on me and just kind of watch and see about the snappiness of the gun. Again, it is 115 grain ammunition, definitely not plus P or anything like that. Let's look at that target right fast. That ain't necessarily shooting slow either. So let's talk about so what I did notice is on my thumb here on this memory pad at the very front, that I guess from the recoil and trying to make sure I kept my thumb on that pad, it was kind of eating it up right here. I think sometimes the grip, maybe the sandpaper consistency on some grips, maybe it being rougher than others, I think maybe that might rough up someone's hands, and maybe they perceive that as snappiness. I mean, I'll be honest. So with it having the compensator on there, I guess I would have expected it to be a little less snappy with the compensator. Now, to say that it's snappy as HE double hockey sticks, you know, I definitely would not say that. So Gonna get loaded up with 2 more magazines and maybe address a few other things that some folks said. So we'll be right back with you. So we put about 250 rounds off camera just because we was having so much fun with it. We're back with you now, and one of the complaints was about the dump with the extended magazine. It was a lady that had commented and said she was wondering whether or not she had limp wristed it, and that also she also mentioned that maybe it was a little too snappy for her as well. So I'm gonna get my wife to shoot it. She said she didn't want to because she looks like a bum, but I don't think so. We're gonna see what she can do. She's never really been great at the Texas Star. I tried to give her some pointers on that. I don't think she's gonna match what I did, but let's see what you got. Let's just see what you got. You tell me what you think. You think it's snappy? That's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. I mean, you know, well, what happened there is that it got to spinning too much, and so that last one she's having a hard time getting on. But so today, what I was trying to do, I went back and I looked at the videos that we posted previous to this, trying to determine how many rounds we actually put through it, and it turns out that it was 600 rounds. And anyway, I'm gonna put another one of these, get up to about 900 rounds, step off camera a little bit, maybe try to, basically I want to put 1,000 rounds through it today. We typically don't, well, not today, but like overall in general. We typically don't do that. We just don't, we can't afford, don't have the ammunition to do that. But so many people commented about this gun. Some people were commenting about failures. So far, again, today, all we put through it was the S&B. We had some people saying with 115 grain it malfunctioned, it's a jam-o-matic. People's having to send it back, it's not functioning. And so we had already put 6 through it without a hitch. Again, already today we put 260, so that's 860. I'm gonna put this mag through it. We're gonna step off camera a little bit, put a few more through it, and then come back maybe on the last mag up to 1,000. That way I can convince myself, because I do carry this gun sometimes, not on me, but like truck or whatever, so that I can convince myself that, you know, it'll function with anything as well. So it's just a very, very fast gun. Now, is it better than the, you know, the SFX? This is basically the rival with an added comp. That's tough. Let me shoot this mag and we'll see. That's pretty impressive. I mean, I'm standing at, we had a rangefinder out. We're at about 11 yards here, and I'm shooting at a 8-inch plate, and most of them are dead in the center. I only missed 1 or 2 shooting as fast as I could. Lights out on the Texas Star. My wife is usually not great on that. She done really well down to the last one. I say that would say a lot. I don't know if she shot the rival or not, but I shot the rival a lot. I'll give the edge by a little bit. Do I think it's worth the extra $300? Well, with the stippling, the color, the added color and everything, and the serrations on the front and the rear being different, and the added comp, I mean, I believe so. I believe so. If I had a rival, would I trade it in for this one? Probably not. I'd probably keep my rival. They're both great guns. Anyway, gonna step off camera. Where did we say we were? 860. So let's get up to 980 rounds. I'll come back on camera for the last 20 round mag, And if it goes off without a hitch, that'll be 1,000 rounds without problem. I know, don't call us out. Don't call us out and say, oh, we didn't get to see it. But every time we put up videos with us just shooting one magazine after the other, everybody always complains about how long the video was. So we got to do what we got to do. Got to please you guys. So we'll be right back with you. All right, guys, we got her nice and dirty. Got my dirty, filthy handprints all over it. I had it cleaned up so nicely. But either way, everything went off without a hitch. I got my last 20 rounds in here. It'll be officially, I would say likely my very first 1,000 round review since I've been doing reviews. But so many people commented and was going back and forth, and some of it got hateful about malfunctions, about snappiness, about it malfunctioning or not feeding properly with the extended magazine, all of the above. I would say after putting what will be 400 rounds through this today and 1,000 overall, that I personally can't agree with that. That, again, I don't discredit anyone else's experience. Everyone's different. But let's just see if I can reproduce the knocking down of all these stars without missing. Let's see what we got here. So I was double tapping a couple times. What you holding up 4 fingers for?
You missed 4.
I missed 4? Okay, well you would let me know that, wouldn't you? Well, what happened is I double tapped on that one. That trigger is there's no better striker fired trigger in the industry. I don't care what anybody says. That reset is phenomenal. And if you ain't careful, you'll do what I just did. Not once, but maybe 3 times during that stretch. So I double tapped on that one. It got me all messed up. No excuses. Still pretty good though. I did get them all down. Either way, I totally can continue to recommend this gun. The Canik TTI. And I do have the Coyote Brown. Everyone always asks. I do have the Coyote Brown Trigicon RMR up here. It is still holding 0, and it does co-witness with the factory sights that are on here. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. Please, I should have already said this, but go over, check out gsquaredtactical.com. We have our hats, we have coasters, we have something for everyone, shirts. Go out, or go over to the website rather. There'll be a link at the end of the video here. Click on it, go over, hit the thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and again, pick up some gear, because it doesn't make us a ton of money, but it encourages us, lets us know that, you know, you're not only willing to support us with just hitting the subscribe button, but also with a little tiny little bit of your purse. And again, thanks so much for watching, and God bless, guys.